Say rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
So the topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wayne. He is Nate. Today we're doing Rotten Tomatoes reactions. You guessed it. We're reacting to Rotten Tomatoes scores. So our first score for today will be The Trial of the Chicago 7 at 94% critically fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a audience score of
Nothing.
It was released October 16th and it said coming soon. So I don't know if no one's reviewed it or what the case is. But this was the best movie of the year so far, in my opinion. I love this movie. I gave it a higher score than that when I reviewed it. And if you want to see that, eye above his head, this is an incredible movie. It was like watching, I told him, I was like, it was like watching a football game. Because you're angry at some parts. Like, you're physically moving, like, with your emotions. Like, if you watch someone watching this, you can see their body language and, like, know what's happening on the screen because their reactions. But the best part of this movie to me, well, honestly, was I got done watching it and I was like, this movie was so fucking good. And then I realized Sacha Baron Cohen's being Borat next week.
That's some range.
You're goddamn right.
That's some range. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'll honestly, I have to stay up super late tonight anyways, so I'll probably watch it tonight. I'm really excited to watch it. When we watched the trailer, I was super hyped for it.
You was hyper than I was.
And like I am excited for the message of it. I'm excited for the cast in it. I love Aaron Sorkin. I'm doing his masterclass on screenwriting right now.
That's a weird flex.
Everything about this movie just has me super excited. And other movies have done that before and just really let me down. So I'm super stoked to see that this has what it is already. I know, like, how you and me criticize films differently. So the fact that you gave it such a high score and it's, like, the type of movie that it is, like, it's no surprise for you to give, like, an action movie with, like, 80s beats in it a way higher score than me. But this type of movie that we're probably going to universally agree on, that has me really excited. So I can't wait to watch it later.
Yeah, easy to say. We both agree on the score. We think it's both fair. Our next movie we're looking at is going to be Honest Thief with Liam Neeson. 70-year-old Liam Neeson. I'm just kidding. I don't know how old he is. But it has a 35%. We definitely know he's not 35, but he might be 88, which was the audience score of the movie. I was about to go see this movie in theaters this week, but because of COVID-19 and everything and the limited number of screenings, I couldn't see 2 movies in one day like I would do in last year and no more times. But I'm probably going to agree with the 35%. However, while I enjoy it, I have zero expectations for the movie. We did a trailer reaction. I don't remember what the movie's about. I'm assuming somebody's a thief and they're honest.
So he's a thief and he wants to try to go straight, so he tries to make a deal with some like CIA guys, and then they screw him over. Yeah.
They go rogue.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably a fair score, and it's probably a fair score for the audience. This movie wasn't made to be art; it was made to sell tickets.
Yeah, I think there's a big reason that they use the popcorn bucket symbol for the audience score, because it's just 100% a popcorn movie. All attempt at style, very little substance. So I'm not surprised that there's a big difference there. Normally when there's a huge difference between the critics and the audience, I usually fall somewhere in between. I'm a little nicer than you. It's hard for me to give a movie like a 35%. That's really bad. There have been movies where I've felt that way before. Now I don't even want to watch this to find out. And I didn't want to watch it that much in the first place. But if I go see a movie sometime this week and there's nothing else I want to see, which is incredibly unlikely, then maybe I'll go see it.
Our next film that we will be looking at the score to is Love and Monsters. And boy, do people love this movie because it has a 1% difference. Critics, they gave it a 90% Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience gave it a 91%. I've been looking for this movie everywhere. I couldn't find it in theaters, couldn't find it streaming. I found it on Amazon Prime, but I'm not paying $20 to see a movie. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to it based on the score alone. I don't know if I'm going to love it as much as anyone else, but without seeing a trailer for it, I want to watch this movie based on the score. So it will definitely one I'll be looking out for.
Yeah, I honestly don't know anything about it.
Based on that poster, it looks like a date movie.
Yeah, it looks like a date movie. I almost think
You said date?
Yeah.
I said Nate.
Oh, I thought you said date. I guess it's this whatever you got going on with your nose right now.
I like cocaine.
Um,
Filling up the nose too much.
Yeah, this looks like something that I would probably enjoy. 90%, I don't know. It would have to have a lot more substance than the poster gives off, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't.
Well, it's got a dog in it, so the dog's probably going to die. People going to cry.
As long as the dog doesn't talk, I'll be fine. So
the dog's the monster.
But I love like monster comedy / horror comedy films. This is like monster / horror like romantic comedy. Big Warm Bodies fan, so I definitely want to check it out.
Well, the critics overall thing says it's about apocalypse, action adventure, surprise and emotional depth.
Yeah,
right up your alley for sure.
It is. I love emotional depth.
I just love depth.
You're a fucking pig.
Next film that we are looking at is from Netflix, and it is the 40-year-old version, but not the one with Steve Carell, because I'm assuming she's already had sex. And we have a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, critically fresh for this Netflix film. The audience didn't feel the same about it. Still fresh, but at a 93%. And any movie that is about rap, an artist, and she's a poet, I believe, becoming a rapper, because you gotta constantly evolve and everything. So this is a new version of herself. Very easy to see what the film is called. I'm looking forward to it. It's on Netflix. I would definitely check it out sooner rather than later.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of black and white films this day and age. So anytime we get one, that kind of automatically piques my interest. So, and I agree with everything that you said. I love movies that are about, trying to break into something, and just like whether the person succeeds or not, just getting to see that story and that struggle is just something that I've just always really enjoyed. It has a 98%, like you said. So that is an incredibly high score, especially for a critic score. And that 100% draws me in. I am going to watch that for sure.
And this is something we talked about in past videos. And I believe it's the reason why. It's on Netflix.
What that mean?
That 63% means a couple people. I'm not saying they shouldn't have watched it.
Yeah.
But they should have watched different things in the movie. They should have technically it's a excellent made movie. It has a 98%, so technically it's probably phenomenal. The writing and dialogue and story wasn't for you, and I think that's why the critics, because not everything's for everybody.
Right.
That's just how life goes. The next movie we are looking at is Time, and what's that movie with Justin Timberlake? Isn't that called Time too?
In Time.
In Time.
Yes. You also have About Time with Rachel McAdams and Domhnall Gleeson.
Well, that's a very good movie. I've seen that one. This is just Time, and at this time of recording,
Whack.
it's got a 99% critically fresh on Rotten Tomatoes with a audience score of 46%. And I'll say it again, I haven't seen anything about this movie. I haven't heard about this movie, but it's on Amazon Video. So you're not supposed to be watching this, more than likely, if you're not a fucking cinephile. So that's just pisses me off, because it shows this is a very good movie.
Yeah.
But the 13 people that had to go on Rotten Tomatoes and be like, oh, this movie's not no good. Another black and white movie too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about, but I'm definitely willing to check it out. Anything that's a 99%, I'm going to check out.
Yeah. I mean, so back-to-back black and white films featuring a person of color lead or cast. I love that. I'm super excited about that. I agree with everything that you said. I feel like, I just have I have lots of thoughts about streaming services and where we're going with that. There's unfortunately a huge chance that this virus has all but killed the theater industry. So people are just going to have to get used to the fact that things on streaming services aren't just going to be classics and popcorn movies. So there's a huge chance some of these people just clicked on this film thinking it was going to be one thing because they have a Prime subscription, and then ended up getting a really, really good movie, which is something they're probably just not used to.
Next film we will be looking at is from another subscription service. It is Hulu. Round them out. Amazon, Netflix, Hulu. We got one from all three. This one, the weakest of the bunch. It has a black cast. It should have went with the black and white theme. But they did not.
Missed an opportunity.
And it is Bad Hair, and Bad Hair is at 56%, which is a bad score. This movie, it looked interesting enough to watch. However, because that horror movie has hidden themes, I could see this being a cult movie and audiences loving it. So I don't think it's going to get the respect until later on. Because it is on Hulu. Anyone and everyone can watch it. Mama Wayne can watch it if she wants to. I don't think she would, but she could because she has Hulu.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me. I'll check it out, though.
Yeah, it looks like it was definitely a big swing and a miss. I have a few, like, black film critics that I follow on YouTube and Twitter and stuff who got to see this before it was officially released. Their general consensus was that it took some big swings at some things that probably need to be talked about in film, therefore in society in general, and it just tried too hard. So, you know, I'm all for making films that have those, like, especially in horror, like you said, that are going to kind of subversively try to talk about something deeper or bigger than itself. However, there is a wrong way to go about it. And by making a bad movie, it just doesn't help. So it is what it is.
Well, any movie with Usher and James Vanderbeek, I'm probably going to check out. I might not like it, but I'm definitely going to check it out if I didn't say that beforehand.
Yeah.
But...
well, you've probably searched OnlyFans for half of these casts. So
I'm not going to get OnlyFans to pay. I think I have a couple videos on OnlyFans, if we want to be truthful. And I haven't seen any money from that, so I need to get in contact with my lawyers. Next film is The War with the Grandpa. And it had a war with the critics because it only got 30% Rotten Tomatoes. I seen this movie. I reviewed it. Eyes in the corner. I gave it it's still in the 30s range. But I gave it a little bit higher score than what's given on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score was a 86%. I was the only person in the theater that didn't have children with them. So, obviously this film has an audience. I went to go see pranks. I saw the pranks. I smiled at the pranks. A couple of them I laughed because like, oh shit, I ain't never seen that before. Never even thought about that. So, the pranks is good. The story and everything else in the film, technically speaking as well, too, throw that in there with it, aren't good. And the critics, it shows.
yeah, you hate to see that with De Niro in there too.
Uma Thurman,
Yeah, so
Christopher Walken, the two people that had one of the most intense scenes in all of cinema in the 1970s with the film The Deer Hunter, where they each put guns to their head, are pranking sixth graders. How do you not go to the theater and want to like at least be curious enough to check it out?
Crazy!
I definitely feel like expectations is a big thing with this film. It doesn't even sound like you had bad ones. You just went there to watch pranks and you still didn't enjoy the movie that much.
The pranks are good. Like
yeah.
I said, filmmaking. Ugh.
You know, my biggest concern here is De Niro in that, like, I don't love him as much as you do, but I still 100% respect this dude and what he's contributed to film over the years.
Bro.
If it's time to hang it up, it's time to hang it up.
Bro, he didn't.
Please don't taint your phenomenal career.
He made The Irishman last year.
I know.
This was a paycheck.
I know.
And he...
But who did he make The Irishman with?
Scorsese.
Right.
But listen, he didn't phone it in.
I know, and I'm not saying that 30% has anything to do with his acting, but like that's still having these shit movies with your name on them. It will sully you, and I don't want that for him.
Well, not with audiences because they loved it.
That's true. So
if you're in the audience, which you probably are, I don't think film critics. I don't think Roger. Well, he's passed away. I'm gonna say him. I don't. What's it? Drew McWeeny. I don't think Drew McWeeny, the film critics, watching this. So
no
if
William
you are,
Bibiani's.
yeah, if you are, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. But if you aren't, you're part of the audience. Go down there, comment too. What do you think about these movies? Fuck.
There's another movie. Look at that.
Like you said, there's another movie, and that movie is called The Yellow Rose. And The Yellow Rose, pretty good. Another film with a 1-point difference. Not critically fresh, but it is fresh. 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience score, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. It looks like a good film. Where else are you going to get a film where a coming-of-age story with a twist that is... she's not white, and she's making country music.
Yeah.
I don't listen to country music, so I recently watched Little Whorehouse in Texas because I love Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. She's very busty. and I was like, it's got horrors in it, you know? I'll check it out. And I love Dom DeLuise. Little did I know, it's a musical, and all the music's country music. So that like drastically shifted how I felt about the movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much the country music is going to play a part of that, but with a score of 85%, I'll check it out. I love coming to age movies, so I'll watch it. Will I like it?
I don't know!
You know, it seems like a really fresh and sweetly rewarding perspective on the immigrant experience. So, like, I love that idea and everything about that.
Yeah,
you know, so I actually saw this playing in theaters one night, and what?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I saw that it is playing in theaters. I didn't know anything about it. The title alone didn't draw me in, so I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm probably gonna see it. But after seeing that, like, I'm interested. I haven't seen the trailer. Like, I just knew nothing about it. So like, now that I know what it is and I know that people are enjoying it, I can do that.
Well, if you're enjoying this video, stay till the very, very end. Title screens, go check out those videos too. But in the meantime, drop a comment down below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.